Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, and I want to give my commentary on some very interesting conversation about a marriage agreement or relationship agreement. And I pose the question for you all, would you and your partner have a similar agreement? Now, before we get into what Whitney and Bronwyn had to say, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on this clip, it is allowed. Okay, so in the beginning of the conversation, Whitney and Bronwyn are going to talk about Meredith's alleged heinous behavior on an airplane towards their fellow cast member, Brittany. They're going to talk about how horrible it was, and then they're going to talk about Bronwyn and her husband, Todd. And that is when the conversation takes both a freaky and shocking turn. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this sound bite, and then I will come back with my commentary.
Okay, so the only person I've seen is Mary. So she told me a little bit. What is her account? I want to hear what you know. She said Meredith kind of freaked out on the plane back and went ham on Brittany for hours.
Meredith goes completely off on Brittany, just tormenting her, nudging her chair, hitching her chair.
And no one said anything to them?
No. And Lisa sat next to her and let her. And then Meredith's campaigning, wanted me to be livid, wanted me to be mad.
Oh, she was trying to turn you against Brittany. She complained the whole flight?
The entire flight.
Meredith was completely unhinged, taunting her, terrorizing her. And poor Brittany was a puddle, like she was hyperventilating.
Of course she was.
sobbing.
Of course she was.
And Lisa was yelling at her too. Lisa kept telling her, you left up, you're American. It was ballistic.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know if it was fueled by alcohol, sleeping pills. I don't know what it was fueled by, but it was pure rage. I don't know if it's being exaggerated. There's just no way this could have happened the way that Whitney's telling me it did on a commercial flight. And there's no cell phone footage. There's no Meredith got zip tied to her chair. She got arrested by TSA when they landed. She's now on a permanent no-fly list. I would have taken a video if this happened on a flight I was on. For sure. Apparently Todd and Meredith need like a reminder of flight etiquette. Huh? Wait. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter or not that people are accusing Todd of getting caught on a plane cheating on me. I land in Salt Lake to a mess on Twitter. While Todd was on his flight to New York, someone's caught him looking at photos of women on his phone. Mm-hmm. Do you believe this random person? Yeah. Yeah, you do? Yeah, I do. Because Why? They knew where Todd was sitting on the plane. They said they were sitting behind him. They knew what flight he was on. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. When he came home, I was like, what is this on Twitter? And he goes, ask your friends. They love to dabble in this kind of gossip and nonsense. It's probably them. And I was like, no, absolutely not. When I first got this screenshot of a tweet sent to me, I was furious with him. So Todd had a business trip he was leaving for the next day, and I suggested maybe he stay at a hotel. I'm not going to say it cute. I told Todd he needed to stay at a hotel that night and leave for his business trip the next day or early. We needed some space for each other. So I think what they're making on Twitter is Todd must have been talking to somebody behind my back and they were sending him photos. If it was someone sending him photos and we'd talked about it ahead of time, it wouldn't bother me. No. And I don't know that I could say that to anybody else in this group of friends. I think you and I are the same age. I think you and I are the most out of Mormonism of everybody in this group. If Todd said to me, I'd like to sleep with other people or I'd like us to do it together, I'd at least try it. Look, I don't want to be done with Todd. I want to evolve with Todd, and I need him to evolve with me. Does he understand that? I don't think we're all the way there yet, no. What is the agreement? So that's what irritates me, is we don't have one. I would rather, when Lisa says, oh, I heard Todd was making out with someone, I'm like, I bet he was. I picked her for him.
What else?
I understand fully. I went through this with Justin.
Okay, tell me about that.
Because we have a lot of friends that live in like different lifestyles.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends have different agreements. Obviously, with our age difference, like we've talked about it a lot. Listen, we've been married 15 years, together 17.
Yeah.
And there has been times where, like, we have been on the outs. Like, I thought it was done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, okay, who's out there? Like, what's going on around me?
Okay, you know? Good for you, Whitney.
And he was doing the same. Justin and I'm not going to start a rumor about myself. We're not in, like, an open relationship.
I know you're not.
But,
I would never tell anybody that.
If there's something, like, that I want to do, then I would bring it to Justin and we talk about it.
Yeah.
But the agreement, and everyone has to, like with my friends, the agreement. And the minute you break trust with the agreement, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do anything behind each other's backs. You have to follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing the same. But the best thing I ever did was speak what I need and want. You know me, I'm wild.
Yeah.
Like if I go out for a night, who knows what happened. My agreement with my husband is I'm not going to do anything stupid.
Yeah.
I'm always going to get home safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll always communicate with him.
Yeah.
You know? I just think that life is meant to be lived.
Yes.
And marriage is sacred.
And I am happy. I know you're happy with Justin, and I'm happy with Todd.
Yeah.
But it has to
I
also
don't want to be married to anyone else.
No.
Like, I never do. Justin's
either.
my man, and he's an amazing husband.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to live your life, and they're older than us. It's a natural thing that's going to happen. So agreements need to be had, and
I mean, we need to be evolving the same place, the same direction at least. Todd can do what he wants to do, and I can do what I want to do, but we need to still be a partnership when we get to where we want to go.
1,000%.
I know you would understand, because it's not that I want something so different, but a little change. You course correct a little bit, it goes really far off, and we need to be going the same place, he and I. Okay, so the only person I've seen is Mary.
Okay, so that was Whitney and Bronwyn's conversation. So I was so shocked in watching this clip because I thought it was going to be 100% about Meredith's alleged behavior on an airplane towards Brittany. And I'm going to film a short regarding that. But when they started talking about Todd and people talking about his behavior on an airplane on Twitter, then I thought the conversation was shifting to Bronwyn being pissed off and hurt by him. I did not see it coming when Bronwyn said if he would just be upfront with her and tell her ahead of time that he wants to sleep with someone else or he wants her to join in like a threesome, she would be okay with that. I did not see that on my bingo card at all, baby. And lots of people shared my sentiments in the comment section. So it was just so shocking. And then Whitney was listening. She did not interrupt Bronwyn. She did not judge her. And just a quick aside, I fucks with Whitney because I feel like she lives her life and she comes off like she is approachable. Like she's not going to gasp when you tell her something like, like she is so perfect. And I think that, I think she looks great too, because I imagine she is between late 30s and 40, and she looks like a kid. I imagine like when she's just in jeans and a t-shirt, she probably looks even younger. And I love the red hair color on her this season. I actually feel like the best colors for my Caucasian sisters are the auburn, like Bronwyn's hair color, the dark brown, or the red. I feel like blonde is not even like the best looking on them, or super, super black color on them either. But the red and the dark brown, I think that suits them. But anyway, so Bronwyn, she was saying that she still wants her husband Todd. She just wants to evolve with him. And I think that she gave that a really cute phrase. She wants the relationship to evolve. For me, it's kind of giving, if he's going to be out here cheating, if he's going to be out here disrespecting me, embarrassing me, And yes, hurting me, I want to at least have some fun myself. Perhaps sex isn't as satisfying for her either, because her and Todd, they are at least 20 years apart. He kind of comes off like a grouchy, like the Grinch who stole Christmas. That's Todd's energy. Whenever he films for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, he's talking about the cast in a negative way. He's frowning up his face. He doesn't smile. He doesn't crack jokes. He doesn't flirt with his wife. He doesn't compliment her. He just seems like a grouchy old man. And this is going to sound racist, but my experience of living in the suburbs, because I grew up in the city of Detroit, then went to Michigan State, lived with my parents briefly after college, saved up some money. Then my first property I bought was a condo. Like living in suburbia, old white men, they are not friendly. And what trips me out about that is that they've been privileged their whole life. Like, what are you grumpy for? You've probably paid off your house, paid off all your debts. You got your pension and your Social Security coming in. You got your grandbabies. What are you grouchy about? But I feel like they are the worst neighbors. So that is my experience. And that is what Todd gives. Bronwyn's husband, Todd, gives that grouchy old white man. And in his case, he's rich and he's still bitching. And so I feel like he's mean and rough with Bronwyn as well. So I think she's thinking, and on top of you being grouchy, you have the nerve to look up women, look up pictures of them in lingerie. And, if you watch this show, then you know that allegedly Lisa Barlow was saying that Todd was making out with one of her friends out in public. So I think Bronwyn is tired of his disrespect, and he ain't perfect on top of that. But Whitney's husband, Justin, I think he's a cutie pie. He is at least 15 years older than Whitney. Because if Whitney is like late 30s or 40, he seems like he might be like mid 50s. But he's cool as a breeze, got swag, cute smile. And I think that him and Whitney got a lot of chemistry. I really like Whitney's husband, Justin. He seems like a great guy. And like they have conversation. It sounds like it's Whitney who likes to have a little fun. She did not give specifics. So I don't know if like when she was having this conversation with Bronwyn, I pictured her like she has her nights where she goes out to the club, she dances, she has a few drinks, maybe she makes out with someone, I don't know. She just said that the rules are that she's not going to lie to him, she's always going to be upfront with him, she's going to always make it back home safe. So I don't know when she leaves out the house, like what is she doing? Does it go further than just making out with somebody? It ain't none of my business. I'm not in their marriage, but she did bring it up in front of the cameras and Bravo did capture it. Now, for me personally, in a relationship, I would want to be committed to that person and I would want them to be committed to me. I am not interested in bringing a third person into the bedroom or the relationship. And I don't see myself, quote unquote, evolving into that either. So I know that's the term that Bronwyn used. I think it's coming from a place of hurt. And she's like, well, if he's gonna step out, I want to have some fun too. That's just what I think. A lot of the viewers of the show think that Bronwyn brought Todd and herself on this show to prepare herself to divorce him. I'm not fully convinced of that. And again, she has already said that she still wants Todd. She just wants to evolve with him. And so I'm not fully convinced that she purposely came on the show because she's ready to divorce him. I think that she is straight up hurt and legitimately hurt by Todd's actions. And she wants to at least have some fun because what Todd isn't getting is, dude, you really look like her grandfather. I can't even say you look like her dad. You look like her grandpa. So she is still devoted to you, still loves you. and you have the nerve to disrespect her. And I feel like Bronwyn is taking good care of herself. She still looks good. So it's the audacity for me. And that's kind of like in general, regardless of race. Some of these men, some of the ones, they're like the most rough in how they treat a woman, how they interact with a woman, rough, harsh, and they'll be rough looking, okay? Won't even take into consideration them taking care of themselves, and will hit on you and will get mad when you ain't interested. But that's a whole nother conversation, baby. But what did you all think about what Whitney and Bronwyn had to say? Were you shocked? Do you think that Bronwyn is seriously open to bringing a third person into the bedroom, or, them sleeping with other people? Or do you think that she is saying that from a hurt place and she's like, if he's going to have his fun, then I want mine too? I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. And I get my locks retwisted this weekend and I cannot wait. It feels so good because, see, being a lockhead, you're not getting your hair done every week or every 2 or 3 weeks. I go every 6 to 8 weeks between retwists. So when I get my hair done, it truly feels like a treat and I cannot wait. And so I'm just counting the days. I just have 2.5 days left. And I hope that you all have a thriving Thursday. Do what you have to do tonight to set yourself up for a smooth morning, whether it's laying out your clothes tonight if you go into the office, or making your overnight oats if that's what you eat for breakfast. Try not to snooze your alarm so that you do not have to rush. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.